In the previous lecture, we saw how security architects uh, design and analyze the information systems of a system, and in this lecture, we will see why vulnerability assessments are important. Before knowing why they are important, first we will define what is a vulnerability assessment. So, vulnerability assessment refers to the process of identifying risks and vulnerabilities in computer networks, systems, hardware, applications, and other parts of the IT ecosystem. Vulnerability assessments provide security teams and other stakeholders with the information they need to analyze and prioritize risks for potential remediation in the proper contexts. VAPTs are a critical component of the vulnerability management and IT risk management life cycles, helping protect systems and data from unauthorized access and data breaches. So, vulnerability assessment has many things in common with risk assessment. Assessments are typically performed according to the following steps. First, we have to categorize assets and capabilities in a system. Then, you have to assign quantifiable value and importance to those resources. Then, identify the vulnerabilities or potential threats to each resource, and then mitigate or eliminate the serious vulnerabilities. Now, why VAPTs are important. Now, VAPT stands for Vulnerability Assessment Penetration Testing. The basic difference between a penetration test and a vulnerability assessment is, in vulnerability assessment, you just find the vulnerabilities, you rank them according to their nature, whether it's critical, whether it is serious, or it is just a normal vulnerability, and then you just report them. But in penetration testing, you exploit the vulnerabilities to actually check their presence. This is the main difference between a vulnerability assessment and a penetration test. So VAPT is commonly referred to the art of exploiting the first finding the vulnerabilities and then exploiting it. So why do assessment? Assessments allow security teams to apply a consistent, comprehensive, and clear approach to identifying and resolving security threats and risks. This has several benefits to an organization. So how can assessments benefit a particular organization? Early and consistent identification of threats and weaknesses in IT security, remediation actions to close any gaps and protect sensitive systems and information, meet cybersecurity compliance and regulatory needs for areas like HIPAA and PCI DSS, protect against data breaches and other unauthorized access. So, how vulnerability assessment relate to IT risk and vulnerability management? Assessment explores a wide range of potential issues across multiple networks, systems, and other parts of our ecosystem. So, most vulnerability assessments assign a risk to each threat. These risks can have a priority, urgency, and impact assigned to them, which makes it easier to focus on those that could create the most issues of an organization. Now, this is an important part of management, as your IT security team will have limited time and resources and must concentrate on the areas that could cause the most damage to a business. The information provided by a vulnerability assessment helps IT teams as well as automated third-party tools like Nessus, Wireshark. These are automated tools to prioritize vulnerabilities and chart the path for action, which often means remediation. However, sometimes an organization chooses to accept the continuance of the risk. For instance, if the uncovered vulnerability is of low potential and of low likelihood, but on the other hand, fixing it would require downtime or potential breaking of the other systems, IT may determine the vulnerability risk is less than the risk posted on ongoing IT operations. So this is how vulnerability assessments fall into an overarching IT risk management and framework. So we have discussed in this lecture why we have to do vulnerability assessment and how it helps in protecting a certain government systems. In the next lecture, we will see how vulnerability assessment is performed and what are the four different phases in which a VAPT is